Greetings, badasses. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits. None of the fitness bullshit. I made the mistake of reading the news before I stepped onto this mat, and that is never a good plan for me. Morning Groove Yoga is intended to set us up to face the day. And I hope that that means for you getting yourself into a mindset to write your representatives, sign petitions, donate a little money, donate your time, do what you can to be loud, and because silence is complicit. To be silent is complicit, and so that's what I'm getting. That's where I'm going. I want you to know that this is the fourth time I've started this video today. That's what happens. I can't read the news before I get on the mat. But anyway, this is a light to medium energy flow. Moved at a lovely pace just to get us moving and grooving after we had a sleep. At my age, I am a middle-aged woman. That means I am going to live to be over 100. Sleeping is a dangerous sport and extreme sport, sleeping. Not that I slept very much last night. However, I'm also experimenting with a microphone, so I hope I'm going to work on speaking a little more softly. I am a powerful speaker, and comes from decades of being the generation that were told that we were equal and told that we could do things but weren't listened to by anybody. Which is, the same as now, I suppose. Anyway, we're going to start in comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Staff pose is pretty accessible for most folks. I am feeling a little tug on my low back. I'm getting a little cramp. I had a cramp last night in my hip and my knee. I don't know where that came from. I had to get up and use the thumper because it was killing me. Let's see. If you're feeling those things in this position, I want you to tuck a pillow or a bolster behind your knees. Excuse me. That should support the back of your leg and take the legs and take some of the pressure off of your low back. One leg out, one leg in is modified Z-sit. You control the strength of this position with the angle of the leg. So if you want a nice mild position, the leg comes in closer to your foot. Now my heel is not tucked up against my pubic bone because I have a powerful thigh and a powerful calf muscle that prevent that from happening. So that's not a requisite, right? The wider the angle of the leg, the stronger the stretch you're going to feel through the interior, the adductor, right? Maybe a little in the hamstring, and you might also feel this in the hip flexor, which is the front of your, right? That's these muscles, the iliopsoas bundle. If your knee is very high and you feel yourself leaning back, I want you to put a pillow, a bolster, a blanket, something underneath this leg. Oh, it's a hamstring. I can feel it right there. Oh, that's going to be a foam roller. We're going to do some foam roller tennis ball work. I am. Maybe I will just record that and get that up on the store and the Patreon. Those are brilliant. They're painful and they're sore, but they're brilliant. Anyway, I wonder if I can control the recording levels on this microphone and turn it down a little bit. That's something to think about. Because I feel like I'm whispering. I feel like I'm talking like there's a radio DJ that I absolutely fucking can't stand. Can't think of her name right now. But she just talks like this. And it's just, I just can't even listen to her. Sorry, I have to I'm refocusing. If you want to join me, I'm going to sit in pleasant seated pose, which is not crisscross applesauce, nor is it fucking lotus pose. It is Both legs are in parallel on the mat. Both of my feet are on the floor. And I'm relaxed in my knees. And you can see I'm a little high, I'm a little tight on my left side. If you're really high, right? If you're really tight in those hip flexors and you're leaning back and you're making this weird face, I want you to, again, grab a bolster, grab a blanket, grab the blocks. Help support those legs so that you can relax into this position. And over time, you will build that external rotational mobility, right? It's all about mobility here at the fucking yoga company. I'm not going to necessarily talk about flexibility as much because flexibility puts people off. The first thing that people say when they don't want to do yoga is, I'm not flexible enough. That is the whole fucking point. That's the whole fucking point, people. All right. Sorry. I'm getting on a rant. I'm in the mood. I had the coffee. I read the news. I'm just all hot. I'm all spicy. But I'm going to take this down. Woohoo. Pulling that attention and awareness from the external to the internal. Taking a scan of the body. Checking in. State and quality of the physical form. I want you to notice where you are feeling tension or tightness. How did you sleep last night? Because I got 0 sleep last night. That might be part of my problem. Yeah, where are you feeling it? Taking that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking and check in. What's going on with your brain? How are you feeling? What's going on? Like, where are you at? If you're like me and you checked in with the news, that was a bad plan. Let's slide all that shit off to the side. We want to create a nice, clear, open field of thought for the practice so we can be here on the mat. We're giving ourselves this time to reset our ability to deal with our lives, both I don't want to say internal, but in that narrow circle versus, right? And then as we work out through those rings, dealing with our lives externally. And then we're moving that silence into our breath. And we're just paying attention to the path of the breath is taking into and out of the lungs. Traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of our noses. If you're struggling with that because of allergies or virus recovery or whatever, just breathe. Invite that breath to get a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. Now I'm going to be working this Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath. I call it the ocean. Well, no, that's not. That's Vinyasa Yoga. It's a hissing sound that you can hear. It's the sound a shell makes when you put it to your ear, right? The shape of a conch shell channels the airflow and creates that ocean sound, shh, right? That constant white noise. It doesn't have to be so loud that your neighbors are hearing it. Now, here's the challenge. With this mic attached right here, I felt like last time I did this microphone, all you heard was my breathing and I sounded like a cobra. I really wasn't cobra breathing. I will say bull snakes breathe because we have a bull snake on the farm that's 6 feet long. His name is Sean, and he scared the shit out of me last week, but he got real big. Bull snakes get real big, and they start hissing, and they start trying to sound like a rattlesnake, and it was very loud. Anyway, but I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll see. I could take the volume down a little bit, I think, in post production, but I'm gonna try and fix it here, which hence me talking like a fucking easy listening DJ. Wherever you are at in the length and balance of the breath, exhale all the air out of the lungs, reaching down toward the mat. Let's sweep the arms up toward the ceiling. Nice big reach. And exhaling. I want to connect the speed of the movement of my body to the length and balance of the breath. Reaching on up, we're going to take a lateral extension, nice big stretch. I'm going over to the left. This is not about collapsing over the waistband, but it's about lengthening up toward the ceiling in the lean. Inhaling up and exhaling to the other side. Feeling that right there. And one more time in the other direction, and then we're going to move into forward fold. Inhaling up to center and exhaling. Tucking the chin. We're rolling through the bow. I'm going to rest my forearms on the knees, calves, ankles, block, or floor. Wiggle the toes, relax the feet, unclench the teeth. With the next inhale, let's walk our hands back, unwinding the spine, reaching toward the ceiling, letting the hands drift down toward the hips. I'm going to rest them back behind my body, bowing the chin forward. I'm taking a tilt of the ear over to one side. Here's the problem with this microphone and yoga. I am constantly bowing my head toward the microphone. Okay, new system. That's why I think a lot of yoga teachers actually have it. They wear an over-the-ear piece microphone. I did that when I was teaching. And we're going to tilt one more time to the other side. Releasing the chin forward, tracing the fingertips around the front of the body, slowly stacking cervical spine. I'm going to change the placement of my legs. If you're in staff pose, stay right where you're at. Oh, my hips are so tight. Nice big reach on up. Let's cactus squeeze it into the C curve. So I'm going to inhale, squeezing back. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, reaching forward. Inhaling, we reach up toward the ceiling and continue that into the squeeze back. Exhaling. Inhaling, squeeze it on up. Exhaling and reach around. Inhaling straight up, we're going to come into forward fold, tracing fingers down. Coming into the bow, I'm resting my body weight on my forearms. Little rock side to side. That could be knees, calves, ankles, block, or floor. I'm going to go to the knees this time. Just being mindful that if you're pressing out onto the thighs or knees, you're going to get a deeper, stronger hip stretch, which isn't a bad thing. It just means, oh, that's what it means. Slowly unwinding the spine, taking that stretch up toward the ceiling, sweeping the arms down, tucking the chin, bowing, taking a tilt of the ear over to one side, releasing the chin and taking a tilt of the ear over to the other side. This didn't feel like this that first time around. Here's the lovely thing about yoga. It's a lovely thing, and it's also a thing. As we move through tension, as we change positions, when we move from the left side to the right side, right? We create room for our bodies to communicate to us new, weird, and wonderful places that are tight. Like right there. Releasing the chin forward, let's trace the fingertips around the front of the body and slowly stack cervical spine. Moving to hands and knees. I like to pad my knees with a blanket. Resting the fists to either side. Nope. Resting the fists side by side. Placing the knees to either side of my fists. Heels of the hands move from 90 degrees under the shoulders out a full palm's length. Soften the elbows. Don't let fucking yoga instructors. I'm going to keep a low tone when I say this. This will be some cognitive dissonance. It's creating cognitive dissonance in my own brain. Don't let fucking yoga instructors tell you to push your wrists into 90 degrees. You know why? Because carpal fucking tunnel. Carpal fucking tunnel, bitches. Yes, let's do that. We want to take the pressure off the wrists, right? Soften the elbows. We access the core to help us hold our body weight. Take some of that pressure off of the hands. Shrug the shoulders away from the ears. Let's Chakravarkasana bow it. Inhaling at center. Exhaling, tucking the chin, taking the forearms down, scooping the belly, and drawing back into the fold. Oh. Inhaling forward. And exhaling. Feeling this in my feet. I'm feeling this in my, in my joints. I'm so tight. I'm trying so hard not to breathe into this fucking microphone. Take a little rock side to side. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, spread the fingers nice and wide. Press into the mat. Ooh, did you hear my popping and creaking? Come on up. We're going to what the fuck lean. Push a hip out and look over the opposite shoulder. Oh. Inhaling to center and exhaling. Inhaling to center. Excuse me. So I gotta breathe the way I'm gonna breathe. Angry cat tuck. Inhaling to flat back, let's Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and drop back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists this time. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Make a fist with the thumb on the inside. Inhaling forward. And what the fuck lean. Inhaling to center, angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes, spread the feet, or spread the toes nice and wide and press back into the feet. Now you're controlling the strength of this by the angle of the body. I'm going a little hard Inhaling forward, flatten those toes again, Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and draw back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers, spread them nice and wide. Make a fist with the thumb to the outside of the fingers. Inhaling forward, what the fuck, lean. Inhaling to center, angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes, spread the toes nice and wide, press back. Try to focus on keeping the ankle straight. So don't let it sag in or out. I'm a supinator. I flare out. I can't remember. I can never keep those straight. Let's rock forward. Tuck the feet. Oh, we're rolling into the balls of the feet. I'm going to step a little forward. Pressing into a calf stretch. And switching sides. I'm going to glance forward and walk up. I'm finding my block. I'm going to take a nice, easy fold here, first round. Soften the knees. Remember, it's not about locking your knees. I want you to keep the squish there. It's about low back and hamstrings rather than just locking. So don't lock your knees. Ooh, that hurt me. There's a little crunch there. You can be on your knees, elbows to knees. You could be on your shins. I'm up here over the block. I like the block because it's very accessible. It really opens up the stretch. And I can lean forward because I want you to keep your hips, knees, and ankles in alignment rather than swaying back over the heels. There are times when we stretch and stay back over the heels, but not in forward fold, which is I don't know, my brain just stopped. It's all right. Elbows to knees. Let's trace the fingers up the legs and take a big stretch up toward the ceiling. Oh, cactus squeeze here. Ardha Utkatasana. Uttasana. Utkatasana is chair pose. Uttasana is fold. I could have that reversed. And lateral extension. I'll look it up later. Back to the mat. Forward folding chair. Ardha Utkatasana. Little rock side to side. So I'm sitting down into my heels. My ribs are touching my quads. I'm just hanging here. Trace it on up. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Oh, that's a foam roller spot right there. And forward folding chair. Tuck the fingertips under the toes, arch the back, and draw up toward the ceiling. Release down into forward folding chair. And then let's move forward and take a little bow. Just moving side to side. I want to work through the hips and low back, elbows to knees. Trace the fingertips up the body. And big on stretch. Cactus squeeze. Inhaling up, lateral extension. I'm really activating the core here. I want to scoop the belly and hold that body weight up through the torso and the power of the core rather than just swaying out into the hip. Right here. I need a little tennis ball work right there. Inhaling up and forward folding chair. Sorry, that was a big old sigh. Tuck the fingertips under the toes and draw the body up. So I'm literally pulling on the toes, on the arms. Release, and now we're going to come up to half lift. So I want you to trace the fingertips up the legs, lengthen the torso, engage the core, draw those shoulders back and get nice and long from hip to rib to shoulder. Trace the fingertips down and come into that nice easy forward fold. Elbows to knees. Trace the fingertips up the legs, nice big stretch. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. So accessing the core keeps the hips stacked right over the knees rather than swaying out into a hip. Inhaling up to come down, forward folding chair, Ardha Utkatasana. All right, tuck those fingertips under the balls of the feet this time. Press the toes into the upper pads of the palm. Unwind, trace up for half lift. Got to pull up my pants. It's a problem, I'm short-waisted. Coming on down to the block, I'm going to go halfway here. I want to stretch my spine. I'm soft in the knees. I'm going to lengthen my left leg straight out. And now I'm going to curl up like a ball and bring it in. Now I am challenged. This is a challenge for balance. I am a little heavy on the block, but I'd like you to get as deep into the core as you can. So if you're on a foam block, you're definitely feeling the instability. Lengthen it up and out. Bring the foot down and take your fold. Bring the elbows to the knees. Trace on up. Nice big stretch. Cactus squeeze. Inhaling up. Exhale, find your lateral extension. I want to tell you the effort that it's taken me to keep my voice low. Fuck. Nice big inhale up. It's good for the brain. Forward folding chair, Ardha Utkatasana. Is it Ardha? Man, I'm just fucking all over the map. Whew. All right. I'm going to move my hands so my toes are in the meaty part of my thumb. I'm pressing there, and I'm arching my back up toward the ceiling. I'm going to unwind and trace up for half lift. It's actually not half lift. It's like 115 degrees maybe. Right, this would be 90 half lift. Come up another 10 or 15 degrees. Come on down to the block. Nice flatten and flatten the back. Engage the core. I'm going to inhale, stretch that leg out. I'm going to exhale, curl up like a ball. Inhale, stretch it out. Really get long through the spine. Exhale. Inhale, extend. And exhale. Bringing that foot down and taking a deeper fold. Tracing the fingertips up the legs. Big stretch up, cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. I'm going to change this song. I'm kind of sick of it. Can you be sick of Bob Dylan? The correct answer is yes. Yes, you can. Forward folding chair. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm taking my palm under my foot. Toes are going into the wrists. I'm arching my back toward the ceiling. Unwinding, half lift. Coming down to the block, 90 degrees. Now this is ish, 90 degrees ish, 85 degrees maybe. 85 degrees for me because my legs are long. I have a long inseam and a short waist. Lift that left leg up. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, extend. Now exhale, bring the foot far forward. I want my toes on the end of the mat. Your toes on the end of the mat. Take a fold. Lengthen up. Take that toe out and step back. Widen up your stance here. And I'm just coming to a nice, easy lunge. My elbows are on my knees. I want my back nice and long. I've got squish in that knee. My front knee is at or behind my ankle. I'm touching the block or the floor, and I'm stepping forward for forward fold. Elbows to knees. Stretch on up to the ceiling. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Lateral extension. Forward folding chair. Taking my hands all the way under the feet, pressing into the wrists, arch the back toward the ceiling. Unwinding. Trace the fingertips up the legs and extend, half lift. Look at where these fucking high-waisted, this is the problem with my body. It's not a problem. Let me reframe. Short waist, long inseam. Coming on down to the block. Inhaling, lengthen. We are so conditioned to shit all over ourselves. We should not do that. That's the only part you're going to hear me should. Lengthen it up. Step it all the way forward. Take your fold. Lengthen those arms up. Lengthen that leg back. A lot of lengthening here. Step back, widen your stance, and come up to the knee. Forearms to knee. Touch the mat and step forward, forward fold. Elbows to knees. Trace the fingertips up the legs. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Inhaling up, forward folding chair. Taking those hands under the feet. Arch the back. Unwinding, half lift. Come on down to the block. Lengthen that leg. Round the back, tuck the knee in. Lengthen the leg. Bring those toes just off the mat. Forward fold. Lengthen the arms. Lengthen that leg back. Step into our lunge. Give me a wider stance of feet. Maybe worm that right foot forward. Soften the back knee. Lengthen the front leg, and this is a great place to grab the block. Give me some squish. Both knees have squish, but they're long, right? I'm stretching the muscles away from the joints without locking the joints. I'm going to come down to the knee, Flatten those toes, and now I have to worm my right foot forward so that I can keep my knee protected. And I'm coming into a single-legged camel variation. You will never see me do a full camel. I will never teach a full camel. There's no physical benefit to it. There are lots of other positions to stretch. Ilias, psoas, bundles, and transverse abdominis without putting that crunch into your back. I've been doing yoga for almost 40 years, 38 years. Lengthen that leg, take a little bow. I have never found an instructor. I've always fought them, and they always want you to do it heel-toed out and around. And it doesn't matter what kind of fitness I am, or how thin I am, or how strong I am, or how much time on the reformer, or whatever I've spent. It fucks me up. Tuck those toes. Lengthen up. Let's step in a little bit. Let's calf stretch. Press that heel down. I'm soft in the elbows. I'm shrugged up through the shoulders. Lengthen the legs, soften the knees. I'm going to glance up and walk to the end of the mat for forward fold. Elbows to knees. Trace the fingers on up. Big stretch. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Inhaling up. Lateral extension. And let's take our forward folding chair. Tucking those hands all the way under the feet, pressing into the wrists and the upper meaty part of the thumb. Unwind, half lift. I'm pressing my arms back to really strengthen this position now. Coming on down to the block. Engage the core, soften the knees. Right leg stretches out. Curl up the knee, round the back. Stretch that leg out. I'm going to step forward, and my toe pads are coming off the mat, and I'm folding. Lengthening the arms. I'm going to step back and into my low lunge, widening my stance. Elbows, forearms to knee. I'm going to grab my block and lengthen the front leg. So look, I've got squish in both those knees. Bringing that back knee down to the floor, flattening the toe, worming the front foot forward, and I'm pressing into my Ekapada. Ekapada Ustrasana. Oh, this is the tightness in this hip is what caused the cramp last night. All right, lengthen the leg, take a little bow. Still soft bend in the knee though, look. Squish. All right, let's heel toe it out. Now, I'm taking this block out from between my feet, tucking toes together, nice wide placement of the knees. And I'm pressing back into the hips. Big adductor stretch here, right? Big adductor stretch. Coming on down to the forearms. Walking hands back up. I'm going to bring my knees in, and I'm going to come to seated, right? So work myself forward. Grabbing some water. My coffee's gone. It's always the saddest part, one of the saddest parts of my day. It's always a sad part of my day. Reading the news is also a sad part of my day. All right, let's come on to our backs. I'm going to take some more water. Sorry, I had to take a moment to see what was going on. My stomach's a little upset. Dehydration. Let's talk electrolytes. Be mindful of electrolytes and look at the sugar content because a lot of them have high sugar. Now, that being said, we drink a lot of filtered water. In fact, we only drink filtered water because the quality of our water is a challenge. And when you drink filtered water, it's reverse osmosis. They take all of the minerals out of the water. And your body needs minerals to hydrate and be nurtured. Anyway, so I think I need to take my electrolytes. Sugar-free electrolytes. All right, let's see. What are we going to do? We're going to work a little single-legged Apanasana, asymmetrical. Top of the finger, move the fingers, left hand, reframing, coming back to the mat. Left hand's going over the top of the left knee, fingers pointed towards the foot. My right foot is scooched close to my hip, inhaling the length of the arm, exhaling, drawing the knee in and pushing into the floor. Inhaling and exhaling. Oh, you know what I'll do while I am recovering? 2 weeks. They're going to operate in a couple days. I have to have a surgery on my favorite finger. I'll just do a bunch of chair yoga, right? Yeah. Jennifer C., you could also do fucking chair yoga. Release. Oh, these are like Easter eggs for people. Stella, call me. I have a proposition for you. Nice long placement of the arm. Fingertips over the top of the knee. Draw in and push into the mat. Inhaling. Exhaling. And two more times. Actually, I'll just text you. It's easier. And release. Move the feet to the outside edge of the mat. We're going to windshield wiper sweep. Taking the knees over to one side. Oh yeah, something's popping and creaking. We're going to inhale up. Ooh. Bring those knees into the hands. No, we're not. We're going to go a figure four, and then we'll do Apanasana. So, right ankle over the top of left knee. Dorsal flex the top foot. Take your arm to the inside of that leg and give me a little pressure. Externally rotate. Yeah, baby, that's it right there. Oof. All right, release that pressure. Left hand slides up behind the leg and brings that left knee toward the body. Inhale to the length of the arm. Exhale, draw in. I kind of can't wait to see what the sound does on this. And one more time. And release. Let's switch sides. Cross the left foot over the right. As I mentioned, I feel like I'm really a bad late night DJ. External. Ooh, tight, tight, tight. All right, I'm going to slide my fingertips underneath the back of the legs. Draw in. And lengthen to the arm. Lengthen through the arm. And then draw in again. And draw in. And release. All right, let's work some Apanasana. Fingertips over the tops of the knees. Again, we're just breathing out for the length of the arm. Exhaling, drawing the knees in. Give me a little tuck of the tailbone. Little reverse crunch. Inhaling. And exhaling. Tuck the chin. My nose wants to like reach towards the wall behind my head. I don't know why. Tension. All right, we're going to move into final relaxation. So this is morning energy yoga, morning group yoga. I want to keep my energy up. I'm feeling very calm. I'm feeling awake. I want to hold on to that feeling so that I can move forward into my day. I don't know if you want to get all ooey gooey. Maybe that is how you want to start your day, right? You get yourself into a much deeper anchor point in that calmness. That would be full relaxation. Shavasana, legs extended, arms at your sides, palms up. You could tuck a pillow or a blanket underneath your knees. That will help. You could fold a blanket underneath your low back as long as the blanket goes from your booty to your waist. Keep all of that in the same plane. You could roll a towel, beach towel, under the back of your neck to keep your face pointed towards the ceiling. You can move your feet to the floor, knees to the ceiling, let them tent in. You can go cactus arm. If you're gestating a human being freely and completely by your own autonomous will, I'm going to have a problem with this microphone right here because it's rubbing my chin. Made me think there was something crawling on me. I'm going to move it over here. That won't be any better. Oh gosh, no, that's shit 10 times worse. I'm going to feel like there's a mouse on me. Okay. Sorry. Fucking around with the sound mid-flow. Gestating a human being. You're creating another goddamn human creature freely and completely on your own autonomous will, and you have access to reproductive rights and health care. Lay on your side. It's the one you're allowed to lay on with a pillow between your knees. Support your head with a pillow. Grab a blanket or your body bolster. Let that arm hang over the top, right? You could take seated meditation. If you really want to keep this energy up, you could take seated meditation. There's nothing wrong with that. When Sharon was with us, she would sit in meditation and sip her coffee. I think that is very meditative. It's one of my favorite things to do. And let's pull our attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body. Nope, we're going to the forehead. Sorry, I forgot where we were going. We're looking at our forehead with our internal eye. Notice the tiny little muscles around the forehead through the eyes and the temples. Unclench the teeth. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. Give me a little shake of the head, no. Shrug the shoulders, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, lengthen those arms, and then release them into the position you're going to take for final relaxation. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your spine. Notice the base of your neck and follow that down between the shoulder blades and the ribs. Lift the hips. Take a little rock side to side with the torso and then let the body rest wherever you are at, toward the floor, I'll say. Pull your attention and awareness into the state and quality of your lower body, the quads, the hamstrings, the knees, the calves, the feet. Give me a little tension through those muscles. Squeeze up, flex the feet, and then let the legs relax toward the mat. I'm working a little tennis ball on the feet. Now we're going to bring our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in. There are things trying to get our attention, right? They're horse-shacking us. I want you to move those things off to the side. We're going to hold our silence for a few more minutes. And we're going to focus on the breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Oh, I lost control of my ball. Let's move that attention and awareness away from the breath and extend it out through the body. Let's draw some deeper breaths in. Big filling inhale, big sighing exhale. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. Stretch those arms out to the side. Big reach, fingertips away from the center of the body, and then move into our Y shape. This is my wine glass shape. It's my favorite shape. Whiskey tumbler is a close second. Whiskey tumbler, wine goblet. Bringing a knee up, give it a squeeze. Rock and roll that ankle. Bring the other knee up, give it a squeeze. And let's take some rocking side to side. Roll from one hip across the low back to the other. Bring those knees in. And now we're going to rock completely over to one side and peel our upper body off the mat first. Coming back into comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Might be different than when you started. Little rock side to side. I want you to stack shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. Ooh, there's a microphone right there. Take it. Take a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. Notice how you're feeling after. I love fucking yoga. Why are we not on the mat more often? Why are we not on the mat every goddamn day? I mean, at the very least 3 days a week, right? 3 days a week. Why are we not on the mat? It feels so fucking good. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our breathing and check in. Our breath is what keeps us going, right? We don't breathe, we die. So give that breath a little honor and understand if you're struggling, if you're in the Denver metro corridor, up the Front Range, we are under an air quality alert and we are experiencing high ozone levels. And that's going to affect your breathing. So if you're feeling a little run down today, if you're feeling a little, it's because you're not, if you're outside in the heat, it's because there's not enough oxygen and you're breathing in a shit ton of ozone. That's bad for us. So be mindful. And let's move our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in. Now, don't let that to-do list crowd in. Pick your top 5, right? What is absolutely necessary for today, in the next 2 hours, let's say. And really figure out a way to move through those to-do lists. And then when you're done with those, the rest of those to-dos are going to want to crowd into that space again, right? Let's act like the bouncers to a club. We are an exclusive club, this creature, this vessel of ours. And I want you to take that red velvet rope, and click, lock it through. Check your list, right? We're very exclusive. We don't need everybody bum rush in the door. Let's release practice. Blink our eyes open. I'm going to take a nice lovely stretch. Out, you don't have to. Taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Man, it's a slog. Please, I am entreating you. Write the governor's office. Call your representatives. Email, whatever. Take 5 minutes. Find the list and do it. Go to the ACLU. There are probably 10 petitions. They'll do it for you. You can rearrange the wording. They will send it all out. And then please, 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 if you are in Northern Colorado in district, what are we? We're in Weld County. I don't know what the district is. Let's get rid of her, okay? Let's get rid of her. I can't stand it anymore. She's not helping us. They are not helping us. They are fascists. And if you are not loud, if you are not speaking up, you are complicit. Period. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits. None of the yoga bullshit. There's plenty of bullshit here, but it doesn't have anything to do with yoga or fitness. Grace and kindness, people. Grace and kindness. I wish for you what I would love for myself, right? Do unto others. That's it. I think I have a big old mosquito bite right there. God damn it. Ciao.